Hi everyone. So for the past year, I'm gonna be honest, I have been stressing out a lot, mostly thinking about my future and how I'm gonna deal with it while having the diseases that I have. In the beginning, it was something I never really thought about. I would just receive help from my family. My mom and dad were always there to help me out, so I never really worried about what was going to happen. But then when suddenly my father passed away, that's when things had to change, and when I also started to realize that I should probably have a plan B in case I'm left alone. So that's what was stressing me out a lot, because I also started to realize that I don't know what kind of job I could have if I tried to get a job. And then I started worrying, if I did have a job, it's gonna suck because I do everything so slowly. If people wake up like 1 hour before work to get ready, for me it would probably take like 3 hours. And the hardest part is fatigue and low energy. Like, it literally stops you from wanting to do anything. So every day I always just stop and think like, okay, maybe I can work doing this. Maybe I can do this. There's this option. There's that option. And then I realized that it's harder than I think, that my body gets tired very, very fast. And then I just go back to worrying. But after a lot of thoughts and research, I think I found a good way to be able to live and survive. So in Mexico, there is a healthcare. It's called IMSS, which is the most popular healthcare given to workers. And if you're a worker registered with this healthcare, well, then you have access to medicines and doctors. And if you ever need a surgery, they do that as well. So it's a full-on healthcare. So to get this, you have to work for a company that pays it, or you can also register as an independent worker. Many people do that. If you're working from home or working online, you know, something like that, you can register as an independent worker. So this cost around $2,000 a year. So if I want to be able to pay for my medicines, and especially rituximab, which is a super expensive injection, well, then it's probably better to just pay the $2,000 for healthcare. But there's still a problem, because if I'm feeling really bad, would I be able to earn and save $2,000 every year? Because you gotta remember, I am in Mexico, so wages are lower. But after research, it turns out that they actually have a pension for disabled people, which is actually pretty good, because if you get this pension, you will have lifetime access to this healthcare for free, so you don't have to be paying anything, and you will be receiving monthly paychecks as if you were like a 65-year-old retired person. So that is a very good way for me to survive in the future. First of all, living here where I am right now, it is my mom's house, so I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, rent or buying a house. The disability pension would allow me to be visiting doctors and be receiving medicine, especially the rituximab injection. They offer that. I'd be getting all that for free. And every month I would be getting a paycheck, which is enough for bills, food, travel expenses. And I guess I could just focus mostly on my health and surviving. And yeah, I've thought about it. I guess it does make me a little bit sad that it doesn't seem like I'll have the opportunity to do much of anything else, you know? Living in a big city, moving, traveling a lot, stuff like that. but it's also a payoff. Now I can focus mostly on my health and not have to work so much. But the thing is, how do you actually get to this disability pension? So I've already asked doctors and people who work at the healthcare, you need 3 years of healthcare paid in the past. Like, you can't just show up and say, I have a disability, give me the pension. No, you need to have at least 3 years registered with them. So I already calculated, since 1 year is $2,000, that means in total I should have to pay $6,000 in 3 years. And if they give me this pension, then I won't have to pay anything in the future. That sounds great, but they are strict with checking what disability you have. But after talking with the doctor that is seeing me, they told me that she thinks I will be classified as disabled if they check. And then, not to mention, when you check my history as a patient, it is long. Like the doctor who checks my disability is gonna read it and be like, damn, this guy has been through some shit. Freaking rare diseases, cancer, he's got bad lungs, bad muscles, bad skin. Like, it's a long list. So they'll probably understand that I am valid for the disability pension. So that's the best plan I could come up with. I've already asked a lot of people. They told me this plan should work. So that's what I'm going to be working towards. Now, I started a GoFundMe, which I started sharing with family and friends that I know in real life. So I'm receiving help there, but I'll also put the link here because, I mean, it's quite a lot of money, right? $6,000, but the benefit is a lifetime of healthcare, so it is totally worth it. But I'll put the link here if anyone here wants to help out. Again, this isn't like an emergency or anything, since I got a couple years to pay this, so don't feel pressured to have to donate like right now. And then if there is extra money, I already said that I will use it to go to Mexico City, because supposedly there's like a bunch of very, very skilled doctors there, and a lot of people from the world go specifically to Mexico City for doctors and treatment. So if there's some extra money, I'm gonna go try that out. I mean, I know a lot of people who were in bad shape and they just said, oh, I went to Mexico City, saw a couple doctors there, and they really helped me out a lot. So I'll try that as well. But these are the plans for my future, and I think it's the best plan that I have. I mean, if any of you have a good idea also, you can share it. For now, this is the goal. But yeah, there's the GoFundMe. That's the plan. That's everything. I'm doing my best. And again, thanks to everyone here who always watches and comments and likes. It really does help me out a lot. So thank you, and thanks for watching.